Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 2016 Minnesota Twins baseball. Tonight is game 59 between the home team Minnesota Twins and the visiting Miami Marlins. Tonight's pitching matchup for pitching for the Marlins is Tom Koehler, and pitching for the Minnesota Twins is Johan Santana, who has a 4-4 record with a 3.94 ERA this season. And we'll get started with the starting lineups. Leading off and playing right field, Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second and playing third base, Martin Prado. Batting third and playing left field, Christian Yelich. Batting cleanup and playing center field, Marcell Ozuna. Batting fifth and the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting sixth and playing first base, Justin Bour. Batting seventh and playing second base, Derek Dietrich. Batting eighth and catching, JT Realmuto. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria. And for the Minnesota Twins, leading off and playing shortstop, Eduardo Nunez. Batting second and playing left field is Robbie Grossman. Batting third and playing first base is Joe Mauer. Cleaning up and playing third base is Trevor Plouffe. Batting fifth and playing second base is Brian Dozier. Batting sixth and the designated hitter, Byung-Ho Park. Batting seventh and playing right field, Oswaldo Arcia. Batting eighth and catching is Juan Santana. And batting ninth and playing center field, Byron Buxton. All right, we'll get busy with our leadoff hitter, Ichiro against Johan Santana. 4-11 against a lefty, and that's a strikeout as we get underway. Here. 6-4 against a righty. That's a fly ball to center field. Caught by Buxton, that's 2 away. And here is Christian Yelich. 6-5. And Yelich has a chance to hit one out. Small chance. And that's a 10. That's a double. And Yelich rings a double off the wall. That puts a runner on second with 2 outs. And here's Marcell Ozuna. 6-7. And he walks him. So that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. And for the ever-dangerous Giancarlo Stanton, 4-8, not so dangerous there. Ground out to Plouffe, ends the inning, and the Marlins leave 2. And after a half inning, it is the Marlins nothing, and the Twins coming to bat. And leading off for the Twins is Eduardo Nunez. He has 9 home runs and 19 RBIs on the season. And here's Koehler, 4-7, and that's a strikeout for Nunez against Koehler. Oops, 5-3 against the lefty. That's to the right fielder. That is Ichiro. He's a 2. And an 8, is that in range? No, it is not. He is an E2, so 4-10 or a 12. That's a 5. That'll take care of that real easily. And here's Joe Mauer. Sorry, let me move this up just a tad so I don't hit it when I roll the dice. 4-4, that's a catcher X. Realmuto is a 2 and a 7. That's a pop-up. Throws the mask off and squeezes it, and the Twins go 1-2-3 in the first inning, and your score after 1 is the Twins 0 and the Marlins 0. And here is Justin Bour. 1-5, and that's a strikeout for Bour. Here's Derek Dietrich. 5-6, and that is a fly ball to right field. Caught by Arcia, 2 away. And here is JT Realmuto. 4-6. That's a fly ball to center field, caught by Buxton, and the Marlins go 1-2-3 in the second inning. So after an inning and a half, it is the Marlins nothing and the Twins nothing. And due up for the Twins this inning is Plouffe, Dozier, and Park. Plouffe this year has 6 home runs and 21 RBIs. So, not bad, I guess. 4-6, and against a righty, that's a walk. So, a leadoff walk for Plouffe. And they will not play the infield in. They will not hold him on. So, here's Dozier. 2-7. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Echeverria onto Dietrich, over to Bohr, and that is a 6-4-3 double play. And that's 2 outs, nobody on. And here is Byung-Ho Park. 4-11. That's to the left fielder. That is Yelich. They're very good at the corners. 13. No, that is not in range. He is an E7. So he will need a 7-11. And that's a 5. That's a 2-base error. And Park reaches second base. Here's Arcia. 5-6 against the lefty. That's a strikeout to end the inning. And the Twins leave 1. And your score after 2 innings is the Twins nothing and the Marlins nothing. And Santana will face Echeverria, and then the top half of the order, Suzuki and Parado. 2-10. Tall pop-up. Plouffe has it in foul territory, and he squeezes it for the out. And here is Ichiro. 2-10. Ground ball to the shortstop. Nunez throws over to Mauer, and that's 2 away. Here is Martin Prado. 5-4. That's a catcher X. Oops, that was a 3. Centeno is a 3. And 18. Pass ball and a foul out. Nobody on. It's just a foul out. And the Marlins go 1-2-3 in the third. And your score after 2.5 is the Marlins nothing and the Twins nothing. And the Koehler will face Centeno, Buxton, and then the top of the order, Eduardo Nunez. 5-8, and that's to the second baseman. That is Dietrich. He's a 4. And an 18, and that should be a good play. And it is. So Dietrich handles it, throws over to Bohr, and that's 1 away. Here's Byron Buxton. 5-9. Another play for... actually, this play is to Echeverria. 1 and a 3. He'll take care of that. Get everything in range. So 2 down and back to the top of the order. Here is Eduardo Nunez, who struck out his last time up. 2-4. Ground ball right to Bohr. Runs it to the bag himself. And after 3 complete, it is the Marlins nothing and the Twins nothing. And Santana will face Yelich, Ozuna, and Stanton. 2-8. Little weak ground ball to Mauer. Picks it up, walks over to the bag himself. That's 1 out. There's Marcell Ozuna. 5-7. And Ozuna gets a hold of this one. Most likely it'll be cut off. It won't be cut off, and it goes all the way to the wall. Ozuna gets the second, and he stops there with a 1-out double. And here is Giancarlo Stanton with a runner on second and 1 out. 5-7 again, and that'll score a run at least. And they'll just switch places. So back-to-back doubles by Ozuna and Stanton, and the Marlins have a 1-0 lead. And they will not hold Stanton on. And here's Justin Bour. 3-7. It's a single to 5. And that's a 5. So runners on first and third. And here's Derek Dietrich. They will play the infield back. They'll try to get a double play ball here. 4-5. And that's a deep fly ball to right field. Back to the front of the warning track. Arcia will get it. But cruising home is Stanton. And the Marlins take a 2-0 lead on a sacrifice fly. So Dietrich does his job. And here is JT Realmuto. 1-5, and that's a walk. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. And we go to the bottom of the order. Here's Adeiny Echeverria. 6-2. That's to the left fielder. That's Grossman. He's a 4 and an 8. And is that in range? Not for the corner outfielders. So he is an E18. So he will need a 12 to get to this. Nope. That's a 2-base error. In comes Bour. The third goes Realmuto. And the Marlins have a 3-0 lead. Sorry for shaking the camera. Back to the top of the order. Here is Ichiro. There are 2 away here in the top half of the fourth. And the Marlins have 3 runs in. 4-5 to the lefty. That's a fly ball to center field. Buxton squeezes it, but not until the Marlins send 8 men to the plate and score 3 runs. And at the bottom of the fourth, it's the Marlins 3 and the Twins nothing. All right. And Koehler will face Grossman, Mauer, and Plouffe. Five, 8. That is to the second baseman. That is Dietrich. 4 and a 4, and that's probably going to squeak through for a base hit, and it will. So, a leadoff single for Grossman, and the Twins have a runner on with nobody out. And here is Joe Mauer, and they are not holding. They'll swing away 4-12 against a lefty. That's fly ball to right field. That's caught by Ichiro. That's 1 away. Here's Trevor Plouffe. 4-10. It's a shallow fly ball to center field. That's caught by Ozuna. And that's 2 away. And here's Brian Dozier. 1-3. And Dozier smacks a single into left field, sorry. Grossman will hold at, actually, 1-13 not being held on. 15. Yelich is a -1. They will wave him to third, and they will just say, go for it. So, runners at first and third with 2 outs. And here is Byung-Ho Park. 6-12, and they might regret this because Bour is a 5 at first base. And an 18, I don't even think he gets to that. Yes, he does. Nice play by Bour. Gets up, throws to Koehler covering, and that's the end of the inning. Wow. So the first base on a 5, I know you guys probably can't see this because I'm not probably holding it right because I can't see in the camera. But the only plays that he makes is either in his air rating or 18 to 20, and he rolled an 18. So lucky Marlins escape without a run scored on 2 hits, leaving 2. So, all right, well, here comes Santana for the top of the 5th. He'll face Prado, Yelich, and Ozuna. .310, and that's a base hit for Prado. And so the Marlins have the leadoff batter on. And here is Christian Yelich, who had a monster season for the Brewers this year. Almost won the Triple Crown. 3-6, and it continues here. So double to 5, single the rest. That's a single, but that puts runners on first and third. And the Twins will play the infield in with nobody out to try to not give up the run, give up too many more runs. And here's Marcell Ozuna. 310. Fly ball to left field. Grossman is a +1. Prado is a 1 to 4. So that makes him a 1 to 15. They will send him. The throw to the plate is not in time. And so Marcell Ozuna gets a run batted in. And the score is now 4-0 here in the top of the 5th with 1 out and a runner on first. And here is Giancarlo Stanton, the designated hitter. 1-9. And Giancarlo Stanton puts it high, deep, and way gone. Second deck job to left field for Stanton. And he has now made this a 6-0 ball game. And we are probably going to be looking for relief pitchers here. Let's see. We're going to get Buddy Boshears loosening in the pen, along with Michael Tonkin. So a little lefty-righty action here. Sorry, let me mark off the home run here for Stanton. So Stanton with a double and a home run for the day. 4-8 against a lefty. That's a fly ball to left. 2 outs. And here's Dietrich, and this might be the last batter for Santana if he gets him out. 4-10, that's to the shortstop. That's Nunez. He's a 4. And an 8, I believe that's out of range. Yes. He is an E20, and he will need a 7-12. That's a 7. That's a good play. So, with help from a 2-run homer by Stanton and a sac fly, the Marlins take a 6-0 lead. And that'll probably be it for Santana today. Koehler will go out for the bottom half of the 5th. He will face Arcia, Centeno, and Buxton. 5-5, and that's a strikeout for Koehler. That's Arcia's 2nd strikeout of the day. And here is Centeno. Centeno grounded to short this time, but this time catcher X. And an 11, that's not in range. Real Muto is an E2. So he needs a 4-10 or a 12. Who just gets the 4. So Real Muto pounces on it, throws the bore, and that's 2 down. All right, here's Buxton. 3-10. And Koehler gives up the walk. Now they will hold Buxton on to keep him as a 1-8. All right, here's Eduardo Nunez. 5-6. That's a ground ball to Prado. Throws over to Bohr. And after 5 complete, It is the Marlins 6 and the Twins nothing. All right, and we are going to make a pitching change. We will go with Michael Golf of Tonkin. Sorry, I know that's a bad history reference here. Let me make sure this is in view. Perfect. All right. So here's Realmuto, the top of the 6th, with a 6-0 lead for the Marlins. 3-5. That's a ground ball to shortstop, and Nunez gets it, throws over to Mauer at first. And here is a Denny Echeverria. 5-7. That's a ground ball to Dozier. And a 19, and that's a good play. And back to the top of the order, here is Ichiro. He is 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout, ground ball to short, and a fly out to center field. 5-9, and that's a fly ball to right field. That is caught by Arcia. And after 5.5, it is the Marlins 6 and the Twins nothing. All right, and Koehler is coming out. This will be his point of weakness. And here is Robbie Grossman. 6-9. And against the lefty, that's a 50-50 home run shot. Will it be the right side? That is the correct side. And Robbie Grossman hits his 2nd home run of the year. And that makes it 6-1 Twins. Wow. All right, here's Joe Mauer. 5-11, and that's a single to right field. And the Marlins are going to get some bullpen action. They will get David Phelps loosening in the pen. All right, 6-7, and that's a strikeout for Plouffe. He is not weak yet, so that still counts. All right, here's Dozier. 3-5, and that's a strikeout, so 2 down here in the 6th. And here is, oh boy, 1-5 at a righty, and this will probably be it. 1-18. And that's a 13, and that is high, deep, and gone. And the Twins have cut this in half. And that makes it 6-3. That is Park's 9th home run and 18th RBI on the year. And that'll be it for Tom Koehler. I'm going to bring David Phelps in. And Phelps goes 5 2/3 and gives up 3 runs. And here is Oswaldo Arcia, the left-handed batter. 5-5, and he walks him. And here's Sentinel, also a lefty. 3-5, and that's a walk. So the Twins are trying to make a comeback here. And here's Buxton with 2 outs, and with 1 swing of the bat, this can be a tie ball game. 2-5, and looky here. Triple to 3, double the rest. And that's a 5, and that's a double. Rounding third and heading home is Arcia. He will score. Sentinel will be held at third because essentially Ozuna has a -3 arm. So the Twins are coming back. They have scored 4 runs this inning. They're second with 2 outs, and Phelps is not providing much relief here. 2 walks and a double, and here's Nunez. 4-10. That's a fly ball to left field. And this inning is over. However, the Twins receive a nice round of applause from their fans. 4 runs on 3 hits. Actually, 4 hits. So after 6 complete, it is the Marlins 6 and the Twins 4. Tonkin will come out and at least get this inning started. At least pitch to the first batter, and then we're going to let Bo Shears come in, the lefty. So he'll face Prado, and Bo Shears will be loosening to come in because Tonkin is hot garbage against lefties. 6-4 against a righty. That's a shallow fly ball to left field. And they will make the call to the bullpen. Okay. And Buddy Bo Shears will be the third pitcher of the day for the Twins. And he will face Yelich here. Okay, so Tonkin. Five, 8. And against a lefty, that's a 45% double chance. And nope, that's a single. So Yelich will scoot into first, take the wide turn, but holds it first. And here is Marcell Ozuna. 5-4. That's a catcher. That's Santana. He's a 3 and a 15. Ooh, if he'd have kept it at 14, he would have kept it in front of him. However, the ball gets past him. Yelich moves to first. However, the next pitch, Ozuna pops it up. There's a runner on second with 2 outs. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. 5-11, and he walks him. Better than the result he had last time, which was a home run. All right, here's Justin Bour, and this will probably be the last batter for Bo Shears. 6-10. And against the lefty, that's a fly ball to left field. And it's the third out of the inning. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and I will eschew singing because I am kind of a little stuffy. So we know what you're about to sing, and you can sing it at home. So Phelps will stay on, even though he wasn't very effective. They'll try to get him through the 7th so they can get some of their other relievers. So Phelps against Grossman, but they will get Mike Dunn and Dustin McGowan loosening in the pen. 1-4 against the righty. That's a fly ball to center field. That's caught by Ozuna for the first out of the 7th inning. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Here's Joe Mauer. Whoops. 1-7. That's a 15% single chance. Nope. It's a ground ball to first. Bour picks it up, walks over to first. It's 2 down. Here's Trevor Plouffe. 2-8. That's a tall pop-up. Echeverria says, I've got it, and he does, or mine, and he has it. And after 7 complete, it is the Marlins 6 and the Twins 4. Now, that will probably be it for Phelps. We'll probably bring in, we'll make a decision who we're going to bring in. Bo Shears is done. We will bring in Kevin Jepson to face, actually, will we? No, we will bring in Fernando Abad to replace Bo Shears. All right, and Abad will face Dietrich Realmuto and Echeverria. 4-10. That's a catcher X again. That's Santana, a 9. Nope, that's just out of range. Santana is a E9, so he needs a 7 or 9 to 12. And that'll do it with a 10. So, little dribbler out in front of the plate. Santana picks it up, throws over to Maurer, and that's one away here in the top of the 8th. And here is JT Realmuto. 3-6, and that's a fly ball to center field. And that is caught by Buxton. Here's Echeverria. 6-6, and that's a base hit to right field. As Realmuto scoots it the other way. And he is on with 2 outs. And here is Ichiro. 1-6, and that's a single. And that puts runners on first and third with 2 outs. And here is Martin Prado. And Jepson is ready when they want him. 3-6. And that time will be right now. Because Martin Prado has just singled in the 7th run of the game. A big 2-out base hit. And Abad is pulled. And here is Jepson. All right, so Jepson will face Yelich with 2 outs. 6-5. And that's to the shortstop, Nunez. 12 is probably out of range. It is. So he needs a 7 to 12. That's an 11. That's a good play. So the Marlins pick up a big run here in the top half of the 8th. And after 7.5, it is the Marlins 7 and the Twins 4. And when I think we're done with Phelps, we're going to bring in, let's see, righties. Righty, lefty. I think we're going to have Dustin McGowan come in for Phelps. All right, so here's McGowan. Sorry. Okay, so he will face Dozier, Park, and Arcia. 4-4, another catcher X. Realmuto is a 2. A 4. That would have been a wild pitch if there was a runner on base, but just a little pop-up that Realmuto throws off the mask and takes. And there's one away in the bottom of the 8th. 5-8, and that's a strikeout for McGowan. And it brings up the left-handed hitting Oswaldo Arcia, who has 1 home run and 4 RBIs on the year. 6-7 against the lefty. That's a ground ball to Dietrich, and that's out of range for second baseman. So he needs he has an E10. So he needs a 5 to 10. That's a 4, and that's an error. So Dietrich bobbles the ball, can't make a throw to first. And that brings up Juan Santana. 6-10, and that's to the third baseman, Prado. He's a 2. 4. And Prado makes a diving stop, gets up, throws to first, and that ends the bottom half of the 8th inning. So the Twins strand 1, and after 8 complete, it is the Marlins 7 and the Twins 4. And Jepson, after getting the first out in the Eighth inning will stay on to pitch the ninth. And they will get Trevor May loosening in the pen just in case. 2-9, and that's a strikeout for Ozuna. Here's Stanton. 6-7, and that's a 55% double chance, and that's a double for Stanton. So Giancarlo Stanton is 3 for 4 on the day with a walk with 3 extra base hits. And here is Bohr 2-6 against a righty. And Justin Bohr has just hit one out of the ballpark, straight away center field. That ball was crushed. And that now makes it 9-4. And the Twins fans are starting to leave the ballpark as they can sense inevitability. And the score is now 9-4. Here is Dietrich. 3-7. That's a fly ball to left. And that's 2 away. Here's Real Muto. 5-7, and that's a walk. And they will let Jepsen try to get the final out, even though he is at his point of weakness. So here is Echeverria, 4-2, and the Bluebirds are about to come out again, 1-16. Actually, no, that's not even, that wouldn't even matter anyway. He's weak power, so that's a fly ball to left, caught on the warning track by Grossman, and Jepsen sweats through the ninth, but he gives up 2. And the Marlins now lead 9-4. McGowan pitched a whole inning, so they'll have Ramos come out in a non-save situation. All right, so he'll face Buxton on the top of the order. Five, 4, another catcher X. 2, that's a pop out. So Real Muto throws the mask off, goes into fair territory, and that's 1 out for AJ Ramos. 1-5, and that's a strikeout. So last hope for the Twins is Robbie Grossman. 2-7, not so much last hope. That's a 4, that's a base hit. And here's Mauer. 4-5. And against the lefty, that's a strikeout. And that will end the game. And the Marlins win 9-4. Let's see. Oh, I'm still got plenty of time here. Okay. All right, so the Marlins win this game 9-4. The Twins go to 24-35 on the season. Player of the game probably is Giancarlo Stanton. 3 for 4 with a walk, a home run, and 2 doubles. And he scored 3 times and drove in 3 himself. Twins player of the game, Robbie Grossman, 3 for 5 with a home run will work. Yeah, we'll give it to him. Chad Koehler goes 7 innings. No, he doesn't. He goes 5 2/3 innings. That's more like it. After giving this the home run to Park, he left. And he gets the win. And Johan Santana goes 5 innings for the loss. Just a quick recap. The Marlins drew first blood in the top half of the 4th. Went out double by Marcell Ozuna, followed by a double by Giancarlo Stanton, made it 1-0. Single by Justin Bohr moved Stanton to third, put runners on first and third. And then deep fly ball to right field, scores Stanton on a sac fly. Walk to Real Muto, put runners on first and third, or first and second. It doesn't matter. A two-base error by Robbie Grossman brings in the next run, and that made it 3-0. The Marlins would extend their lead in the fifth inning. Leadoff single by Martin Prado. He goes to third on a Christian Yelich base hit. And then once again, the Marlins playing good fundamental baseball. Sac fly by Marcelo Zuna made it 4-0. And then the big blow, a 2-run homer by Giancarlo Stanton, made it 6-0. However, the Twins would not give up this good fight very quickly. In the sixth inning, they got to Koehler finally. A leadoff home run by Robbie Grossman, his second of the year. Mauer followed with a single, however, 2 strikeouts. But Young-Ho Park with his 9th home run of the year and 18th RBI. That made it 6-3. 2 walks later, put runners on first and second, and then Byron Buxton doubles home Arcia. That made it 6-4, but the Twins would get no closer. The Marlins added a run in the 8th and 2 more in the 9th when Bohr hit a home run. That makes it 9-4, and that is your final. So the next series will be against the Red Sox. I was going to play the game that who won the Cy Young there? Anyway, but I'll figure out a game to play. So the next game, I believe, is a 4-game series against the Red Sox. So until next time, this is TribeFam879 saying thank you for watching. And if you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and then click the bell icon so you'll be notified of when my next video. I usually put 2 to 3 videos out per week. And whatever tabletop game you are playing, may your dice be lively and your rolls be good. Have a good night, everybody.